we are back with your February edition of the Arts and Culture Spotlight. I'm Laura Gale Luck, and I have Angela Cato back here with me once again. Angela, how's it going?
It's going wonderful, Laura Gale. A lot of fun and exciting things going on.
Well, I know over at Cowtown, you guys are encouraging people to come out and celebrate Black History Month.
Absolutely. February is Black History Month, and there is one house particular on our grounds that can help you celebrate and honor African American heritage in Wichita, and that is the Hodge House. So as you come out and take a self-guided tour, we invite you to spend a little bit of time in that house and travel through it and learn about the originations of Wichita.
Will you give us a little sneak peek and tell us a little bit about it?
I sure will. The Hodge House was actually built by an African American named Wesley Hodge. It was 1878 to 1885. And when it first came to Cowtown, it was actually thought to be the parsonage because its original location was next to a church. As some more research, in 2011, the curators at Cowtown found out that actually that church was owned by the Hodges in their home and used as a rooming house. Sometimes you kind of think of a bed and breakfast and such for people to come and stay, apartments as such. So it was renamed in 2011 from the parsonage to the Hodge House and redecorated and put in belongings to represent how that family lived in that time.
So when that home was built, do you have any idea how big Wichita was?
Well, Wichita, when it was built, was a whopping 62 people in 1875.
It's hard to imagine.
That was the entirety of Wichita. And the Hodges were believed to be one of Wichita's first African American families. So really great, helping create traditions, intermingling with the business owners. Wichita has some diversity that we can be proud of till today.
Absolutely. So if you go on a self-guided tour, is there any cost, or how does that work?
Self-guided tours are regular museum admission, $7.75 for adults and going down with children and senior citizens. But you can also call in advance at this time of year and book a guided tour for your group or your family. So as you go through the grounds, they can stop and tell you a little bit more, and you have a greater experience at Cowtown. So when they take you to the Hodge House, you can talk to some of our staff and ask some more questions.
And off the top of your head, do you know how much a guided tour is, or should they just go to your website?
I believe all the tours would still be the admission prices. They just have the help of a docent to take them around. If you do have a larger group, there are some discounts. So I would invite you to go to oldcowtown.org to get the information.
All right, we'll do it.
All right.
And moving on now to City Arts. We can't forget about President's Day in February.
No, absolutely. City Arts is doing wonderful art core programming when there's a national holiday and kids are off school, or if there's breaks when kids for winter break and such. City Arts is a place to go look to see if there's programming for your child. It's a nice, enriching and positive experience while they're away from school. President's Day is no exception. So they'll have a morning session titled Birds on a Wire to do some activities around that theme. An afternoon session titled Don't Hate the Selfie. And you can enroll in one or either or them both to create an all-day experience. And they're $25 for a morning, $25 for the afternoon. So great and affordable and a great place for your child.
And so what age range is best for these
We're
kids?
ages 6 and up.
Okay.
So wonderful. And they go there and they make a lot of friends, do some art projects. They'll take those projects home that day so you can proudly put them around your house.
And if you can't make it to a camp, I know you guys have a lot of other great classes for young people.
In February, our second half of the spring session is starting. So you have art for the homeschooler, youth drawing, youth art exploration, youth sculpture. One I particularly like is youth stop motion animation. And you're looking at, there's so many nice children's movies out there that employ this. So your child can actually learn the basics and create a film from scratch. And doing the screenwriting, sound, and the video editing. So it's a great experience. But there's also youth painting, art for tots, and youth pottery. The ranges are $40 to $50 for each of those classes, and they're all 4 weeks long.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't. And then you have, for the adults, one class we like to highlight would be glass fusing, as it starts here in February. And you'll doing designing of jewelry, tiles, dishes, plates, wind chimes, and other things.
With the glass fusing, do you have to have any prior experience? Or?
Absolutely not. You just come with a passion and want to have some fun. I always say, and I repeat this quite often, we don't issue grades in our classes. the instructors dole out inspiration. So don't be intimidated. Just come. If you have the time and you want to get out, enjoy yourself, and have some mean time, please consider City Arts.
Is there any way to kind of sample what City Arts offers without having to sign up for a whole class, just to see if maybe this might be something you'd like to do?
Absolutely. The second Saturday of every month, City Arts sponsors Adult and Me workshops. They are free, and a child can bring the special adult in his or her life for some special themed art projects that you make and take home that day. Like I said, it's all free from 10 a.m. to noon. The next one's on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, with the theme of Hearty Party. And the one after that is March 14th with the theme Mean Green Art Machine. And you can come in there, do the craft, or if you just even want to observe what's going on during that Adult and Me, and they can look at the galleries. There's information about all the classes along the walls, and really talk to staff and find out what's right for you.
You get a nice gift shop too.
Absolutely a nice gift shop. Lots of things made by local and regional artists. Part of each sale goes back to the artist. So you're supporting the creation of art in our community.
All right, and give us the City Arts website.
WichitaCityArts.org.
Okay, and heading down the way a little bit over to the Indian Center. More fun classes over there?
Yeah, the Indian Center also has some arts and craft classes, but they're specifically tailored to things that relate to the American Indian culture and heritage. So coming up on February 28th, the Indian Center is sponsoring a beaded feather earring class taught by a local artist and teacher, Catherine Sutton. And I believe she's also a teenager, so it's kind of nice that she's going to have kind of a youthful approach to it. It'd be a great opportunity for young people to get involved in this class. It is $10 for Indian Center Museum members, $20 for the general public. You're going to create your own feather earrings using beads and wire. And beading is a technique that has been handed down from generations with American Indian culture. So it's really great, and you leave with your own item as well.
Wonderful opportunity. Could be good for Mother's Day coming up.
Actually, it'd be great for that. And they're beautiful earrings. And you have the techniques that have been used throughout generations with American Indians, but you can also add your own unique touches for yourself.
I heard you say something about a membership. Will you tell us about that?
Well, absolutely. I mentioned here briefly it's $10 for members to take that class, and it's $20 for the general public. The Indian Center does offer memberships, and I would encourage people to get on the Indian Center website, click on the memberships button to learn more. Membership starts at just $5, and they go up from there. And they have great benefits. You'll get reduced fees on the arts and craft classes. You're going to get invitations to members-only parties. They have them at Christmas, Halloween, Easter. You're going to get a newsletter, an e-newsletter, possible discounts to the American Indian Center gift shop, and free museum admission based on what level you sign up for. So it's a great way to interact on a regular basis with the Indian Center and really get involved with all the different aspects of its programming. Because it's not just powwows, it's not just a museum, it's not just art classes, it's everything together.
A lot of great benefits.
Absolutely.
And we cannot forget about all the excitement going on over at Century 2. Lots to talk about there.
Well, Century 2, this is busy all the time, and there's great shows. Every time when I leave the office in the evening, the foyer of Concert Hall is always so busy with activity, and it's a wonderful thing to see. So I'd like to share a few things that are coming up. On February 11th, we have Rain, which is a tribute to the Beatles, and that's at 7:30 p.m. in Concert Hall. Pops Goes to the Movies, a Valentine's Day concert, is being presented by the Wichita Symphony Orchestra on February 14th. Another Valentine's Day activity idea. Wouldn't it be? That would be a nice romantic date to go to the symphony on that night. So we encourage
Dinner in the symphony.
Dinner in the symphony. We just planned your Valentine's Day there. The Wizard of Oz is being presented by the Music Theater for Young People on February 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Mary Jane Teal Theater. And then we have another Wichita Symphony performance on February 21st and 22nd with Stephen Huff performs Beethoven. And then upcoming in March, if you want to go ahead and mark your calendars a little bit early, March 2nd through the 4th is Buddy, the Buddy Holly Story, presented by Theater League. March 8th is the Youth Orchestra's concert presented by Wichita Symphony Orchestra. March 13th through the 15th, Samuel Ramey and Bluebeard presented by Wichita Symphony Orchestra. And March 31st through April 2nd, Chicago, presented by Theater League.
So much to pick from.
Oh, I know.
That Chicago one would be neat too.
Oh, it is. Theater League brings in some great shows right now. They are doing memberships for their new season. And we know Music Theater of Wichita is going to be coming up, not before we know it. Lots of quality theatrical entertainment in Wichita.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Nutcracker in December and was very impressed.
Oh yes, I mean you can go there and you just lose yourself in art for a couple of hours and realize how lucky we are to have the options that we have.
Well, thank you so much for being here to tell us all about the great things going on.
You're most welcome, Laura.
And thank you for watching this edition of the Arts and Culture Spotlight.